Please progress.
All right. Okay, so I'm just trying to put things in order here. Okay, that should do it. Okay, so Bolu, have I arranged them in order of priority now? I put the header, the banner first, the design, and then the footer.
I think the header design will go first, then the
First, okay.
homepage banner will come next.
All right, sorry. Let me just move this to the right. Okay, all right. All right, Tommy, I'm going to open it and then you can explain what the story is so that we can discuss it. Thank you.
Okay. The first story up is the header design, and the requirement is, as a user on Red Icon's website, I want to be able to navigate to the landing page of the website so I can view the header. And the acceptance criteria would be, given I am a user of Red Icon's website, when I navigate to the landing page, then I must see the header. And the following menu should be on the header as well. So we want to see the Red Icon's logo at the top left corner of the header. Secondly, the home button should start on the right side of the header as well. The About Us should be next to the home button. Services should be next to About Us. Contact Us should be next to Services. Then the request quote button should be at the top right corner of the header, and it must be highlighted and be in bold. Down here, I've got an example of what it should look like. So we've got this image, and here you see on the top left is the logo. This was the home button, About Us, Service, Contact, and Request Host tab that I mentioned in the acceptance criteria. So if we're able to if you're able to deliver this based on this image I've got here, then this story would be achieved and complete. Do you have any questions, Abimbola? Is it clear?
Yes, please. I do have a question.
Okay.
My question is about the menus, header menus, which is called button. And
Okay.
I just want to be clear. Did you want all the menus to be button, or you just want just one call to action button, which is the request code to be a button? Because we can have it as a menu, not as a button.
Right. So it could can we we can have it as a menu. So if you if that I think that would actually be nice, because we can drill in, and once that home menu is developed, we can go in and add more functionalities or tab in it as we move on the project. So yes, please, we can make it home menu instead of button if that's possible.
This should be menu, not button. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So I think the same would apply to the rest as well. So we've got the home menu, About Us, Service, and Contacts.
Okay, so this should turn to menu also. The quick one is in button again. So the request code, should it still be in button or menu?
That should be
Yeah,
a
you can
button.
make that one as a button. It can be a
Button,
call
okay.
to action.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, okay. All right, Rita, Sanji, do you have any question?
Yes, I've got let me say 1 or 2 questions. Yeah, my first question is for this header design. So it's only view or the menu, just to say that it's on the header.
Yeah, for now.
Okay,
yes,
cool.
For now.
So, okay, that leads to the second question. Just to view, we are not clicking, nothing is clicking among the menus.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thanks, Sanji. Rita, do you have any question for Tommy?
Um, yes, but I don't know. Maybe because we are viewing it, the logo seemed to be, I don't know what size, because the logo is looking a bit bigger than the other menus. So for Tommy, how big is this logo going to be? Do you have the exact size for it, or
No, I don't have an exact size because I'm trying not to restrict the developer as to what they can what she can achieve. So the whole idea is to have a logo. I don't it doesn't really the matter doesn't really sorry, the size doesn't really matter that much at this point, but I'll leave the developer to use their imagination if that's okay.
okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'm going to save and close this one so that we can go into the other one. Okay, so this is the home page banner. Tommy.
Right. So the second user story is the homepage banner, and I'm going to read it again. So as a user on Red Icon's website, I want to be able to navigate to the landing page of the website so I can view the homepage banner. The acceptance criteria would be that as a user on Red Icon's website, I want to be able to navigate to the landing page of the website so I can view, sorry, I can view the homepage banner. Okay, that's a user story, apologies. So acceptance criteria is given I am a user on Red Icon's website. When I navigate to the landing page, then I must see the homepage banner. So the first thing here is that the first section of the homepage banner must have sliding pictures representing the company. So you know what I mean by sliding, like a carousel that keeps moving. Then the second one is the picture must be a minimum of 5 and should be of professionals in an office setting. So the picture we have minimum of 5 pictures if possible, and should be of professional setting. So we need that those pictures should be very to be clear and look very professional with the right bitmap. And this is what it should look like if you look down at the image below. So we've got the we've got the first side, which is the logo, home, about, service, contact menu. Then if you look down, we've got like images of how the picture should be laid on the website. So we've got 5 pictures. So we would like to have 5 pictures on there. And yes, I think is that clear enough? Is that clear at QAs and developers? Or do you have any
Um,
question?
for me as a developer, because you want 5 images sliding, and I'm just concerned about the display, because if we want it to be sliding, we want 2 to show, then it can start moving to the next one, then move to the fourth, then move to the fifth. So if it's just displaying 5, did you want it like 5 display at a go, or 3 display, then you start moving?
Good question. Is it possible to have all 5 displayed at the same time?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible to have all 5, but sometimes you can hide all the 5 because you don't want to display everything at once. You might have some content that you want your user to view. Maybe the first one, you have some text with it, you have some information you want them to be able to capture that. But if you display all the 5, they might lose track on which one to set their eyes on. So that's why I'm just asking, did you want 2 at a go? Because you can make 2 display, then we know that it's 5 that is there. Then it keeps moving. You can set an auto so that it keeps sliding. And we can also have like a forward arrow to click on to see the next one, depending on how you want it.
Okay, I think with this, I'd like to have a bit more clarity from the PO rather than me just going ahead with what I'm thinking. PO, I know are you
Yeah,
available
I
to
mean,
give clarity?
I
Thank
mean,
you.
yeah, that's okay to me. I think it's fine. Especially if we're thinking about the UI of the website. I think it's fine for us to have the slider with 3 pictures, and then there'll be maybe like ellipses to say for more or something. Is that a possibility, Abimbola?
We might not have ellipses, but we can have an arrow that they
Okay.
can click on, and we can also set it to auto so that we give it some seconds. Maybe after like 3 seconds, we move to the next one, depending
Okay.
on the requirements. We can have a forward arrow. We can have a dot that can be displayed under, or we can put some seconds into when it goes to the next image.
Okay. So, like based on your expertise, which do you think will be best for the UI of the website? Because it's important that when people come, I mean, they are seeing it's the aesthetics of the website that we attract them first before they even want to click. So based on your expertise, what will you advise?
Yeah, because it's a banner, and we know that the
Yeah.
dimension of a banner is different from when we have a gallery. So if it's a
Yeah.
banner, I will suggest maybe one at a go because of the dimension.
Sliders, right? It's going to be in
Yes,
sliders, and then you have
yes,
like, okay, we'll just have it as sliders. There's no need to have
exactly.
more.
Yeah.
All right. I think that works for me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Uh,
Tommy, do
you're
you want
welcome.
to include that to this
Okay, I will update this story.
story? Yeah. Thank you. All right, Rita and Tunji, do you have any question?
Yes, I've got a question. My question is, you said the pictures must be a minimum of 5. Does it mean we can still go more than 5?
If possible.
Okay, but it's not stated.
So that's why I said minimum. If it can go more than 5, yeah, if there's room for more, yes, I think that would be really lovely.
Okay, cool. That's my question.
Thanks, Tunji. Rita?
So is it just gonna be pictures only? Will there be text on it, or it's just gonna be pictures?
So when
I
you
think
say
I
text,
had the developer mentioned if some will be having some text, or so, because yeah, it's just saying pictures. So I don't know if any of the pictures will be having text on them, or it's just gonna be strictly pictures.
from the story, it's strictly pictures.
Okay, because I had the developer saying if you want to add some text to it, so that means you will not be adding text to it, or it's something you can do later, or you might end up coming up with later. I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
it's
guess
what
we can. I guess we can add the text later, but for now, just for the MVP, we can just have the pictures.
okay, that's fine. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Rita and Tunji and Abimbola. Okay. Just gonna take this one down and then Tommy, please update with the information that is needed. And I'll go to the last one, which is the footer. Over to you again, Tommy.
Okay, so the last story I've got here is the footer story. So the user story reads: as a user on Right Icon's website, I want to be able to navigate to the landing page so I can view the footer. And the acceptance criteria is that given I am a user of Right Icon's website, when I navigate to the landing page, then I must see the footer. And the following menu should be on the footer. So we want to set the privacy policy, the cookies, terms and conditions, social media icons. So at this point, we're just looking at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Then we want to set the copyright as well and get in touch at the footer. So here's the wireframe. Again, it won't be clickable for now. So what we're expecting to see at the footer is a copyright, privacy policy, cookies, terms and conditions, social media icons, get in touch, the same way it's been laid, it's been designed on the wireframe. That's how I would like it to look when it's been developed. So is that clear? Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, for me as a developer, the way it's being lined up, for copyright, I would say it should be at the bottom because it's always at the end of the site to say that we have the copyright to this site. And also the social media display, I believe it should be the icons that are meant to put there, except if we want to have a head title to say that, okay, before you put the social media and before you put all the icons, you can put social media so that user know that this is social media. We can do it like that.
Okay. Yeah, I think with the copyright, actually, I agree with you with that. So yeah, we can place it at the way bottom of the footer. And with the social media icon, is it possible to just have the icon alone, just to
Yeah, it's possible to just have the icon. Yeah.
yeah, let's just do the icon again for now. Then as we progress with the project, then we can always add more features as we go. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that
Thank
okay,
you.
Bolu?
Yes, that works for me, to be honest. Yeah, I prefer the icons because it just it makes it neater. Like it makes the footer neater. So yeah, the icons are fine.
All right, thanks, Bolu. Rita, Sanji, any question, clarifications?
I think my question is answered. I have question regarding in social media, so it's been answered. I will go for the icons,
Okay.
just for the 3 social media icons. Yeah. Cool.
All right, thanks. Rita?
Yeah, it looks good to me. That's great.
Right, thank you so much. So if we don't have any other questions, we'll just go to the estimation board so that we can estimate the story point for the stories and see if we have the capacity to commit the sum total of the story points to sprint. Bear with me, please. Okay, so that's our sprint. All right, I believe you all have the link there already. Okay, so for the header design, if we can please vote. All right, thank you. You've all voted. I'm going to reveal the vote. Okay, so for Abimbola, we have 1. For Adetunji, we have 1, and Reed, we have 2. Rita, do you want to explain why you are using the 2 story point?
I added 2 because I was thinking of automation as well, but if it's just gonna be manual, we can stick with 1.
Okay, do you want to change it to 1?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you. Okay, so since we have a unanimous 1, I'm just going to put a 1 in there and then save it on the story. Okay, thank you. And then I'll go to the other one, which is the home banner. And if we can vote, please. I think we have just 1 vote for now. Thank you. Right. Okay, so we have Abimbola for 2, and then Rita and Tunji as 1. Okay. I'm not going to ask Abimbola why she chose the 2 because she's a developer. So I guess because of the sliders that are going to be there. Abimbola, am I right?
Yes, you're right.
Okay. All right. So we go with a 2 because we're going to use the developer's effort of a 2. The keyword's effort of 1 is already embedded in that. So we're going to pick a 2, highest effort for that. And then we will go to the footer story. And let's vote for that also. Okay, thank you. Okay, we have a unanimous one there again. Thanks, everyone. So just going to 7-1 on that also. Sorry about that. Okay, so that's us done with that. And then I'm going to go back to the board. Okay, we have all our efforts there. Just so before we commit to commit the stories to the sprint, I want to believe we have the capacity to work on this. Are we all agreeing that we have the capacity to work on all this effort? Is not that much. And also just to check that if we are able to complete this before the end of the sprint, because I'm looking at the efforts on it and it's not that much. Tommy and Bolu, are we able to bring in more stories into the sprint? Do you have the capacity to do so?
Me, I'm happy for us to do that. I want results anyway. So I mean, if the team has capacity, I'm happy for us to bring in more story.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you. Abimbola and Rita and Tunji, is that okay with you also? If we have capacity, we can still take in more stories.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm just going to pull all this in. Check my screen for the theater. Okay. I just want to put, I can go on the sprint board and do stories.
Hello, I just speak.
Okay, so it should be displaying now. Yes, on the sprint. Okay, so we have them on the sprint. If we can please start creating our task against the stories, please. I'll appreciate that. While we're doing that, I'll just check with Bolu and Tommy what the goal for the sprint will be based on the work we've committed into the sprint. What will our goal be?
The goal for the sprint is on-page design.
Okay.
So what we want to achieve is ability to create the UI for the website.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Bulu, for that. Also, I'll quickly just take our capacity while we're creating the stories. Okay, we don't have this. Just going to remove the users we don't have. Okay, Tunji is still here. Okay, I have Abimbola, I have I'm just gonna remove myself because these are the people. All right, Abimbola, what would be your capacity per day for the sprint?
2 hours.
2 hours. Thank you. Tunji?
2 hours.
2 hours. Thank you. Rita?
2, please.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Okay, we'll come back to the task board. Thank you for creating your task and then estimating in hours. I can see the developer's task and I can see the manual testing. Okay, so who is doing the manual testing for homepage banner?
Rita.
All right, okay. Put you in there. So all right. How many hours, Rita?
2, please.
So let me just put that one. Hey. All right. Sanji, have you created your task? I can't see any other task yet.
I'm on it.
Okay. All right. Okay, so once that has been done, so please, if there's any automation that we need, let's just create our task against the stories. Thank you, Abimbola, for creating all your tasks against the story. Do we have any other questions before? Any other updates, Tommy or Bolu, that you want to pass across to the team before we round off the sprint planning?
I didn't get that, sorry.
Do you have any other updates, any other information you want to pass on to the team before we round up the sprint planning?
No, not for now. No.
Not for now, okay?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. If we have any updates or if we need any other clarification or information, please let's use the team chat to pass that information across. Abimbola, Rita, and Adetunji, are you okay also?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you
Moji,
so much.
can I
Please. just
mention, I will update the wireframes, especially the footer, to based
Okay.
on what we agreed with developers.
Okay, and there was an acceptance criteria you need to update also. I think for
Yes.
that, yeah, okay. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Thanks for your time. And then we'll meet tomorrow for the daily stand-up. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for no, don't go, you guys. People will go and go now.
No.
Please.
We are here. We are just.
Don't go.
We are here.
Thank you so much.
We are
I'm not
here.
gonna
We are
talk too
just
much.
watching and listening to you people.
All right. So I'm supposed to quickly do a voiceover, but because of time, I'll be very fast. What they've just done is their sprint planning. And if you see the process, they started with in as much as, maybe prior now, they would have done a refinement ideally in the real world, in the real sense of it. but we are just trying to start with the first ceremony. We'll get there just to see the transition of how all this works, right? So let's assume they've done a bit of refinement and all. So now they've come for sprint planning proper. So in the sprint planning, you saw how the conversation was going, more clarity when they needed to, verify if something needs to be clickable or the number of passwords or whatever it is. You saw the questions going between the developer, the BA, the QA, like that. When they need the PO's attention, they will ask because the PO is the one giving them that vision. So anytime they need that vision or they are a bit not clear about something when it comes to the requirements, that's when they call the PO. Then if it's any other feature or something that they feel that, okay, as they develop that part, that's why we're talking about increments the other day. So as they develop, they can always add those features. But there are some basic features that you will just have. Say, for example, they want to do this website. As a customer, if you have even just the landing page first, you know that something has begun on your work, on your website. So, that's what they're just doing. Then with time, they'll make other things clickable. When they even do those icons for the social media, when they see it, they can decide whether they even like it or not. But they will, of course, ask the customer or stakeholder, that conversation is happening continuously. But that aside, so when they finish the discussion, you saw when the Scrum Master, Mojishi, moved the stories into approved because the PO is there. She's moving it into approved and everything before she now committed it to Sprint. But before committing it to Sprint, they went to the estimation board. If you notice, they went to estimate, they did some votings. We'll show you more closely when you're doing yours how to do the votings, because for votings we use Fibonacci series. We'll tell you about the Fibonacci series in your calls when you start doing your voting. They voted, you saw the voting sheet. We will not review so that you will not know what somebody else is doing. If somebody is voting, the person is voting based on her expertise, her understanding, the risk she might face while doing that work, any uncertainty and all that. That's what determines how they vote and all that. So that's the voting that they did, right? When they finish voting, there's always discussions too. Sometimes people go a bit off in the voting by voting for something, way off or lower. You just ask questions because the person is voting based on expertise. What Abimbola will do in 30 minutes, I can assure you, I will use 50 hours to do the thing because I'm not an expert in what she's doing. So there's always differences, but you ask the questions on the go. Then when they finish the estimation, they now went back to the sprint board to, commit those things fully into sprint. After committing into sprint, they put their sprint goal, they check their capacity to ensure they have the resources to do that job. How about if Abimbola is going on vacation for this sprint? How do we handle it? So Abimbola will tell us she's around throughout this sprint, that her vacation is in sprint 2. So she will let us know. So that's why they were doing the capacity. If I'm not going to be around for just 2 days, maybe I already know that I'm going to be off next week, Monday and Tuesday. You tell the team. So instead of me working for 10 working days, I will be working on 8 working days. That will determine the capacity I'm going to take into that sprint because I won't be available for the 2 days. If you give me a job of 10 days, I won't be able to finish it. That is me already failing before even the start of the sprint. So all those things really matter. All what they went through, because they're experts, you might not have felt the vibe completely, but please rewatch the videos. Then when you're doing yours, your mentors and buddies will be on the call to guide you. You understand? To guide you and tell you how to go about everything, okay? So that's that. And then what was the last thing we also did? Now, if you also notice, Moji said bye to everyone, and all that. You must do all those interaction within your team. You can't just lay them off like that. Say, oh, bye everyone. You guys can even chitty chat for a minute, but don't waste people's time. Don't spend 5 minutes talking nonsense or, sorry, I used the word nonsense, but don't talk off point. Just be always focused in the play. Be professional in the play. Oh, bye everyone. Somebody can say something funny. All of you will laugh. Just end the call within like a minute, like that. So all those things happen. I'm Moji, is there anything I didn't touch on that you want to touch on? Hello, Moji. Anything you want to add?
No. Everything is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. So then, yeah, sorry, I just remembered. You saw also, she told them to quickly raise their tax on those particular stories. So with that, they'll know who this something is assigned to, who is working on this. You saw when she was asking, was it Rita working on this part of the story? Everybody has assigned tasks to themselves according to their expertise or what they can do at that time. And you also remembered when she was estimating, Rita, for example, she was considering, because when you are estimating, you're thinking, your expertise, she was considering, okay, on this particular story, are we going to do automation? Are we going to do only manual? Of course, if it's only manual, it's going to take lesser time. But if you're doing manual and automation, it will take a bit more time. So all those considerations, you learn it on the go. No rush. Please, at this junction, don't feel overwhelmed. Don't feel when will I know this? I can assure you this is you in another 2 or 3 sprints, at least to a certain level. You might not have the full knowledge they have because they've been doing it for a couple of years. But in another 2, 3 sprints, I'm assuring you, you'll be able to have these conversations. You will make mistakes on the go. Make it proudly. We will correct you proudly. Nobody's going to chastise you. Nobody's going to make you feel bad about it. So that's it. We're going to the next session. So according to what Moji said last night, I think she's going for a daily stand-up. Moji, am I right? All right.
Yes, we're going to the daily stand-up aspect of things now.
My voiceover for daily stand-up will be 30 seconds. So that's it. Sorry, did you go ahead?
Yeah, can we stop the recording and start another one so that this one will be...
Want to break it? Okay.
It's fine. So, yeah. Thank you.